So, as I've been telling you, I'm with Priscilla, or you can call her Sila. She's a Rwandan artist who stays over the US. So she's with us today, and of course, welcome, Priscilla.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good considering everything.
How is the pandemic treating you, anyways?
So it was hard at first, and it's still a challenging time for all of us, I think. But I think that we're trying to just adjust to this new normal and trying to keep our sanity. But yeah, but I'm nevertheless grateful.
Okay, anyways, where do you stay in the US, by the way?
Well, I stay in Houston, Texas.
Okay. So let's now get back to the music, to your career. So did you even have a dream of becoming an artist while still young?
So when I was young, I started singing when I was 9 years old. And when I started, it was just something everybody was doing at school. So I got into it because of that. And I started singing and I loved it. And I always knew I was going to be an entertainer. And as a kid, I was doing theater at the time. That's what, as in like doing plays, like small plays at school. So that's what I was into the most. But then when I turned 10, I found like a profound, deep love for music. And from then to now, I knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Okay, there is this weird story that I know and some other people know. Like your parents find out that you're a singer when you made a video clip. Like they didn't know about that you're a singer when you're doing audios. Is it true?
Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. It wasn't my parents, but most people, especially the kids that I went with at school, like in high school, like most people didn't know I sang, and so they found out, most of them, when I was featured into my first video ever. But my parents, they knew because the first song that I did, Babarira, I remember I brought it home the first day, and I made my mom listen to the song. So yeah, so my parents knew, but most of my friends and my colleagues, they didn't know. So.
Okay, so why did you change from Priscilla to Sila?
You know what? It's an interesting story because it wasn't like I came up with the name. It just happened that people started calling me Sila. So for some reason, it just, it was easier for people because it's shorter and it's easy for everybody to remember and all that. So I found myself having a lot of people calling me that. So like, why not change the name and keep, it seems to be easier for everybody. So yeah, that's why I changed it.
Okay, and
it's just shorter, yeah.
Okay. You worked with the band, you worked with Midi. Those are the big artists here we have in Rwanda. So how was it working with those huge artists in Rwanda?
You know what? It was like one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had, and working with both of them, it was a privilege for me and an honor. And they're like you said, they're the biggest artists right now, and they are amazing in their own way. They're so much different. People don't realize this, but they're quite different, and they're the best of the best. So I was happy, and it was a privilege for me to be in the presence of greatness. And we made some dope, very unforgettable songs. So yeah, so it was a pleasure for me.
Okay, you even appeared in King James's video, like trying to be a video vixen. So how was that, like from an artist to a video vixen? Why did you do that?
So some things just happened in the moment. I'm very good friends with King James. So when he came to shoot the video, at the time, he just asked me to be part of it, and I just went with the moment. So it wasn't something that we planned or that I thought about or something. It was just in the moment, like doing it for a friend. So that was that.
Okay, people say like it's not easy to do music in Rwanda, especially being a female artist. And how did you cope up with that? How did you cope up being a female artist and doing music in Rwanda? But like, first of all, is it even hard?
So I would say that it's hard in terms of, especially when I started. Right now, obviously things have gotten better, and so many female artists are like supported and all that. But when I started, it was kind of hard because it was something new that people weren't welcoming as our male counterparts. So especially for me, for my family, it was very, very hard for them to understand that I could do this as a career and, still be their, little girl. So yeah, so it's hard in terms of you have to work twice as hard to prove yourself and to just, prove to like I said, to our culture and our parents and so many people that, we could do this as good as, all the male artists. So yeah, but in terms of other things, we're capable as much as, like I said, our male counterparts. But yeah, I think I would say that for me, what was hard was support, especially coming from family and closed ones.
Okay. First of all, like, did your beauty contribute anything to you being famous?
um, I don't know how to answer that question. Maybe, I don't know, but I feel like I'm fortunate to be doing what I love the most and being great at it. I feel like that's what comes first, because if I wasn't good at what I do, and I think beauty would be enough. So I feel like maybe it's a plus, or but I think I just proven that I am, capable and good at what I do. I feel like that's what comes first.
Okay, I understand. And there is this kind of thing that you have with your music. There's a time like you release a song and you get back to us after 8 months, 10 months, even 1 year. So why does that silence has to be there? Like, why is that silence has to be there?
Yeah, that has happened quite a lot of times, and I don't want to go into the details and give reasons because they end up sounding like excuses most of the time. But I would say that what's different from that time and now is that I have found like a team that I'm working with right now, and that we click and they understand me, they understand my vision. So that, I would say that that's what's different. And I feel like every successful artist that's done this in a successful way and for a long time, they have good management. It's very important for any artist to have that. So I feel like I have struggled to find that for some time, and it hasn't been easy because it's quite a lot to handle by yourself. But I would say that what's different from that time and now is that I have finally found my team. So I'm very grateful for that.
Do you mind
So
us
no more taking that long without releasing anything. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was saying, like, do you mind us telling about us, about that team, like your team now, your management team, I mean?
So I was right now. I'm still in the middle of negotiations, but I'm definitely going to like talk more about it when it's finally official, and that's why I haven't said anything about it. But yeah, I've been working with a very like group of people that are like very professional and very dedicated to help me bring this vision that I have to life. So I would say that on my last project, my latest song, I worked with them. So like I said, it's not official yet and I can't say so much about it, but it's going to be soon and I think I'll be able to give more details. But for right now, I think I'd say that.
Okay. Talking about your project, you have a brand new song out, Kakajeste. So tell me more about it. How did you write it? Or even if it's not you who wrote it and how did you produce it?
So yes, my latest song, Kakajest, it's an Afrobeat song. This time around, I wanted to do an Afrobeat because, and it's something, it's a genre that I've never tried before. So I was very excited to just, try it out and see what it's like, especially these times. Afrobeat is the sound of Africa. It's, there's a very big presence behind it. So I wanted to do a song like that that just makes people dance and move and have good vibes and so on. The person who wrote the song is the producer, a very young producer, very talented from Rwanda. His name is Ele, and I know that a lot of people know about him by now. So he's a very good, especially an Afrobeat songwriter. So he is the one that wrote most of the song. I co-wrote the song, so that means I wrote some parts of it, but he wrote most of it. So Indie was produced by this producer that I'm working with. His name is Giggs, and he's based here in Houston. And he's also part of that big team, and he's a very crucial part of it. So I think that's how this song came about. So Giggs produced the song, Ele wrote it, I co-wrote it, and so it was like a project that was, that has a mixture of all those talented people. So that's why it came about the way it came about. It's a big project.
Okay, and what's next after Kakajeste?
So what's next is I have another single coming out next month. So that's when I'm planning on shooting the video, and I also want to release the song with its own video. Like I want to do that because in this time and age, visuals are a very big part of this whole entertainment business, and I would love to do that. So I am trying to release some of the songs that's part of my album that I've been working on for a very long time. And so next month is when I'm going to release the next single, and hopefully I will release it with its own video as well, because that's what I want to do. So I'm starting the shooting next month. Okay.
So, and what was the last concert that you performed in so far right now?
The last concert was when I was still back home. So I've done appearances here and there in the US, but mostly private settings, like for private people who wanted me to sing at their wedding, or like for like private settings. But my last official concert was when I was back home. So yeah.
Okay. Closing on with the interview, and let me just be like abandi banyarwanda bandi. So ubukwe ni ryari?
Iki kibazo ndumva nshaka kugisubiza mu kinyarwanda. Kiransetsa icyo kibazo kuko abakobwa sinzi niba twe tukibazwa kuko abakobwa nitwe turashakwa, ntabwo ari twe dushaka. So kubaza umukobwa uzashaka ryari cyangwa ubukwe ni ryari, mu by'ukuri mba numva like, I don't know what to say, because I'm not the one who's gonna, ask for somebody's hand in marriage. They're gonna have to ask me, so I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't think I'm ready for that. That's what I feel, but you never know, so I really don't know.
Okay,
for
thank you so
some
much,
time in the
Sila.
future. Thank you for having me, Klepy. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
And abanyarwanda bose nabaramukije mwakoze cyane.
So that was Sila. Let's now watch Kagajeste. My name is Klepy, this is KC2, and the show is called Beats and Sounds.